Matt Walsh, a commentator for the Daily Wire, addressed the rally to end child mutilation in Nashville, where he spoke against gender ideology and called for protecting children from medical interventions related to gender transition.
We are all here on this cold day because we recognize three very basic truths. First, that biology is real. It is immutable. It is not subject to the whims of any individual or government or medical organization. Men are men, women are women. That's all there is to it. You cannot change a person's biological identity. You cannot change their sex, and you should not try. Second, that the most essential and fundamental duty of any society is to protect their children. A country that cannot or will not protect its children is a country that deserves to die and will. Children are innocent and helpless. They know very little about themselves, very little about the world around them. They rely on us for clarity and guidance and protection. They trust us, the adults, implicitly. So when they're confused and scared, they look to us to be the ones who light the way and lead them down the right and safe path. It is our moral obligation to be the source of wisdom and security that they need and that they deserve. If we will not fulfill that obligation, then we are worse than useless. The third truth is this, that gender ideology, the radical leftist doctrine that claims that girls can be boys and boys can be girls, and that such an impossible transition can be made possible through irreversible drugs and surgery. Gender ideology is deeply sinister. It is a unique threat to children in particular. It is one of the greatest and most incomprehensible evils ever visited upon children in the whole history of the human race. These are the truths that bring us to this spot on this day, that biology is a fact, that we have a duty to protect our children, that the trans agenda denies the fact of biology and is a distinct threat to our children. We affirm these truths. We call the Supreme Court to affirm them too.
Speaking to an energized crowd on a frigid day, Walsh underscored his belief in the immutability of biological sex. Men are men. Women are women. That's all there is to it, Walsh said. He argued that society has a moral duty to safeguard children from irreversible medical procedures tied to gender transitions, claiming these practices represent a profound moral failing. Walsh continued, "Children are innocent and helpless. They rely on us for clarity and protection. When they're confused and scared, they look to adults to guide them down the right path." He criticized gender ideology, describing it as a deeply sinister threat and an incomprehensible evil against children. In his speech, Walsh called on institutions, including the Supreme Court, to reaffirm biological realities and halt what he referred to as the harmful impacts of the trans agenda. Walsh's remarks at the rally echoed themes from his 2022 documentary, What is a Woman?, which challenges progressive gender ideologies and explores the cultural implications of redefining sex and gender. His statements have sparked both strong support and intense criticism, with proponents lauding his defense of traditional views and opponents accusing him of perpetuating harmful rhetoric against the transgender community. Biology is real. It's immutable, Walsh asserted. We must protect our children. The rally highlighted the growing polarization surrounding gender discussions in the U.S., as advocates on both sides of the issue continue to debate the moral and societal implications of these questions.